I'm Sal.
I'm Beth.
We are the Brewery Lovers. Continuing our Vermont Odyssey, Burlington. Ton of breweries in Burlington. However, we did...
Five.
Okay. That's how many we could do in the time we had.
In a day.
And who was open. It's always about who's open. You guys, you've heard this before. The state did a really pretty harvest host. It was called Farmcraft.
Farmcraft VT.
Farmcraft VT?
Yep.
That's the full name?
Yep.
We refer to it as the soap farm. It's where they grow the soap. But look at this place. Probably a lot prettier a couple of weeks prior because things were kind of getting into their fall mode.
Down.
But just a really pretty spot. And it was quiet and it was level. So had everything we needed. And lots of nice soap in that little shop.
Yep.
We had to have bought something.
Oh, you
Absolutely. bought bath bombs.
I bought bath bombs for my girlfriends.
For your college reunion. Yeah. Beth's not really a bath bomb kind of girl.
We don't have a bath bomb.
We don't have a bath. It's a shower bomb. Here's Switchback. Switchback, nice tasting room. The place is humongous, but you can't see most of it. It's just all brewery behind this. And really no windows or anything. You could barely see a couple of tanks. Not much. But beer was solid. They're known for smoked beer, and that seems to be their strong suit. Solid beer, known for smoked stuff, so try the smoked if you go there.
Also, there was a lot. We saw a lot of progressive things in Vermont. I thought it was really interesting. This one in particular, the brewery is 100% employee owned.
Oh, is that right?
Through an employee stock option.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So I just thought that was really interesting.
Yeah. And this was our snake friend who accompanied us when we sat outside for a bit. And he was just sitting there staring at us.
Enjoying the sunshine.
He actually...
As were we.
It's a shame there was no way I was going to catch it. But he tried to climb up that downspout and he slid back down. It was like a little snake playground.
Yeah, sliding board.
A little sliding board for the garter snake. Here's Queen City. Queen City is actually right across the street from Zero Gravity, which you'll see later. Kind of a basic black, for lack of a better description. Ton of beers. This is only half.
From all over the world. They had German, Belgian, American, English, Irish, Scottish, everything.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
The entire world was represented at this little brewery.
They were all okay. It wasn't... the bartender was amazing.
Nicole, our bartender, was amazing. We tried a bunch of stuff. We had a great time there.
Yeah, we had a good time. Beers were solid, but they're making a lot of styles.
A lot of locals hanging there.
Yeah, and there's it's as you'll typically find, it's a brewery and a pizza place next door. Tasty beer, really comfortable tasting room. Nice place to hang. And beer tender was one of the best we encountered. This is Burlington. This place was so beautiful. I mean, they really spent some time and money on the decor and converting this old photographic film factory.
Yep. So it was all one level, but it was just gorgeous.
No longer a brewery, however. Well, this was never a brewery. The tasting room used to be at the main brewery, which is out of town a little bit.
Right.
And they made this their main tasting room restaurant.
Art gallery.
They age here. You can see barrels and tanks, but they don't brew here. Because I'm looking all over. Like, where's the brewery? And it's not here. It's up the road a bit. But what a gorgeous space. Just the way they laid this thing out. And of course, it's old industrial, turn-of-the-century brick. This is an art gallery. They have gallery space, and they do all kinds of interesting things in this space.
And this brewery was steps from Switchback. So you park once, you can hit both.
And beautiful. Look at this live edge wood bar. It's just gorgeous. They just did such a gorgeous job with the space. And we actually went twice. We went during the day, and then we ended up ending an evening there. Lots of IPAs.
Several New England IPAs, which everywhere we went, we tried the New England IPA because we're in Vermont, so.
But they had a bunch of IPAs.
I think we tried 4.
And they were all superb. Hey, speaking of beer.
I thought maybe you were waiting till the next one came up, but it's okay. Let's do this now.
What do we got?
So this is from Foam, which is about to come up in this video. The art on this can is gorgeous. I immediately peeled off one of these stickers and hung it up in the RV because it's just so pretty. So it's called Dead Flowers. I assume it's a reference to the Rolling Stones song.
Oh, there you go.
I assume.
I had no idea. I didn't know what that meant. Hazy IPA, right?
It's a hazy IPA. It's from Foam. It's all, well, we're going to talk about Foam in a minute, so I won't go there.
Definitely hazy.
And I've upgraded our glassware. I'm listening to False Bottom Girls podcast. The one about glassware really made me feel the need to upgrade some of our glassware. So I have my favorite Beamish glass here now, and we have a Stanga and a couple
I had my favorite
Irish glasses.
beer glass, which was a canned glass from Tonewood in New Jersey, and
we broke that day
I
one.
broke it the first time I used it in the RV. Smashed glass all over the RV. No vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, we have a vacuum.
We have a vacuum cleaner now.
So cheers.
It's this big, it's a little tiny vacuum cleaner. Cheers. Thank you. It's like all fruit, right? I don't know.
Little piney.
A little bit of resin too. Yeah, that's what I was getting. This beer is absolutely delicious. We bought a couple of 4-packs of this, I think. 'Cause I think we gave some away.
We might have. We did give some away. We gave a lot of Vermont beer away because we like to share.
Anyway, appropriately, Vermont Foam because... here's Zero Gravity. I thought we were on to Foam.
Nope,
Not yet.
not yet.
Zero Gravity is right across the street from Queen City. And again, a beautiful space. Just, holy cow. It was a restaurant, which had a following, which they took over. You know
They
the
took
story
over the
better than I do.
building. The brewery took over the building, but because people were used to going there for food, they maintained that as well. So it was just gorgeous. It had this amazing, beautiful bar, but all these comfortable spaces to sit and enjoy whatever you were eating or drinking.
And they do brew there. Here's
Like,
this.
look at that.
Yeah, this kind of a living room space where Beth camped out and plotted our next. You can see the maps, the
There's
computers.
a lot of map review that goes into this.
Beth is really.
But I love maps, so.
Beth does love maps, and she's really good at that. Plotting the route to make the most efficient use of time and fuel. But look at this bar. This is a turn of the century, hand carved from Seattle, Washington. One of the owners of this brewery saw it, bought it, put it in storage. It was in storage for years. And when they took over this space, they installed it, I guess. Mm-hmm. Just unbelievably incredible craftsmanship. This hand-carved wood. It was just gorgeous.
And we'd had their beers before because they do have a really broad distribution.
Yeah.
So, but it was great to have it on tap right there.
But the fun part of Zero Gravity is that they open at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we were there. Beth said, hey, the website says this brewery opens at 8 o'clock. I'm like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
What brewery opens at 8 o'clock?
When we start to plan the trip, one of the first things I do is I go through all the breweries we want to go to and figure out what days they're open and when they're open. Saw this, it opens at 8 a.m. Had to call on the phone at 8:15 in the morning from one of the farmers markets we were working and say, do you really open at 8 a.m.?
Yep.
Do you really serve beer at 8 a.m.? So day one, we had beers, and then we visited other breweries, but we stayed in the parking lot at Burlington Beer Company,
Yep,
which
perfect.
was right around the corner.
Quiet.
So we went back the next
Flat.
morning, and not only did we have beer, I wasn't going to have a beer, but I did have a beer. We both had beers. We had coffee, which was wonderful,
And waffles.
and waffles, which were awesome.
That apparently the restaurant that they took over had a breakfast following, and they didn't want to.
They didn't want to
change
give that up.
Yeah.
So they open at 8 a.m.
So
you
more-
can get waffles, a cappuccino, and a beer.
Almost had a courtesy of the local community, and the waffles were just incredible. They were just amazing. But here's what I think they did. I think they took a knob of cold or frozen butter and put it right in the waffle before they closed the iron. Because remember when you cut it,
It was just
kinda,
oozing
yeah,
with butter.
and it was just holy cow.
So good.
If you go to Zero Gravity, go early
Go
and
in
get
the
a
morning
waffle.
and get the waffles.
Yeah, they were really something. And we need to say how pretty Burlington is. It's right on Lake Champlain.
It's a college town. And it had a great bike path, walking path.
Yeah, right on
The Champlain.
Champlain. Yeah, right on the beach.
Lake.
This is basically the view from Foam. Right across the street from Foam, you have the lake shore. Here's Foam.
And here's Foam.
Foam is more than one person before we even planned this trip said you got to go to Foam because the beer is just that good, and it really was. Oh, by the way, Zero Gravity was excellent.
Yep.
Yeah, we didn't mention that. Really good. At Foam, it was all about the IPA. Again, industrial brick. You see a lot of that in Burlington. Burlington was a huge port city before most of goods went over the road. Everything went by water. So Burlington became a really important town as a result. So there's all these sort of wharves and warehousey kind of spaces that have been taken over by various, both commercial and residential. Beautiful brewery. I mean, look at this place.
We had a double IPA, a New England IPA, and a Goza, because
We had a Goza, yeah.
We did.
They have a disco ball. I don't know why. You don't see a disco ball in a brewery very often. You'll never see that in New Jersey.
I don't know. Maybe in New Jersey.
I don't think so. There's probably a law against it.
And I like the way they stack
We
the
like
tray
the way
cases,
they stack the tray cases.
We have a thing about tray cases. There's a lot of tray cases here in the RV.
But just really solid beer and a really nice space. Very comfortable. And, yeah, put Foam on your list for sure if you're in
Burlington.
In and around Burlington. What else do we know to tell them about Burlington? That's pretty much it, right?
It's great town.
Yeah, we would have liked to have spent more time, but we had a lot of ground to cover because we were trying to do as many breweries as we could in the whole state. So, but it was fun.
And Vermont looks small on a map until you're trying to cover a lot of ground.
Yeah, I don't think Vermont looks small on a map. Yeah, Vermont is, it's skinny, but it's
tall.
Yeah, okay. That's it from us. Don't forget to subscribe.
Yep.
Cheers.
Cheers.